y'all, this is Babs Rolls Ivy, and you're listening to 103.5 FM WNHH.
This is Jazz Haven at WNHH 103.5 FM. Broadcasting live from studios in downtown New Haven, streaming at newhavenindependent.org. Stan, the man with the jazz. 2020, new year, new music. Here's Jeff Fuller and friends. A happy new year. That's brand new music from pianist Lisa Hilton with J.D. Allen on the tenor saxophone and Rudy Royston on drums. And on the bass, Connecticut's own Lucas Curtis. And that's off a brand new release called Chalkboard Destiny. And the tune we heard was a Lisa Hilton composition called Rush Hour Rhapsody. Brand new 2020. And we started off Jazz Haven with Connecticut's own bassist Jeff Fuller and friends. Friends being Darren Litzy on piano, Ben Balillo on the drums. And that's off their brand new release called Round and Round. And the tune we heard was Jeff Fuller composition called A Happy New Year. That's appropriate. And for your information, they'll be at the Side Door Jazz Club, Connecticut's premier jazz spot, this Saturday, January 11th. More about that when we run down the jazz calendar. Up next, we got three of the best contemporary alto saxophonists around. Vincent Herring, Bobby Watson, and Gary Bartz. And they're playing a 100-year tribute to Charlie Parker. recorded live at Smoke Jazz Club, NYC. Bird Lives. That tune we heard was Klaktovitsis theme, and that was a Charlie Parker composition. And we had three alto saxophonists, three of the best contemporary saxophonists around here today: Vincent Herring, Bobby Watson, and Gary Bartz. And Bird, or Charlie Parker, was known as Bird later in his career. He actually was tagged Yardbird while he was touring with pianist Jay McShann in the 40s, and he got that name because he liked chicken. So Yardbird is chicken. And at any rate, it was later shortened to just Bird, and a lot of people think that it was called that because of the music he played flowed like the flight of a bird. At any rate, the name of this release, brand new, is Bird at 100, with the three saxophonists that I mentioned earlier, and a rhythm section that includes Dave Kikoski, Yasushi Nakamura, and Carl Allen. Bird was born August 29th, 1920. So this August, he would have been 100. He died on March 12th, 1955. You're tuned to Jazz Haven here with Stan the Man, and we got some new music from pianist Jackie Terrason. Jackie Terrason on piano, Ali Jackson on the drums, and Jeru Portal on the bass. And the name of that tune was The Call. It's a Terrason composition, and you may have noticed resemblance to another pianist called Ahmad Jamal. Well, that was a tribute to pianist Jamal, who influenced Terrason as a young musician. That's off his latest release, 53, and that is or was his age when he recorded it. I believe he's 54 now, and he hails from France. He was actually born in Germany. Mom was American, and dad was French. This is Jazz Haven here at 103.5 WNHH, broadcasting out of studios live in downtown New Haven, streaming at newhavenindependent.org. The Jazz Haven Jazz Calendar is a quick rundown of live music in the area from Thursday, tomorrow, January 9th, through Tuesday, January 14th, 2020. Every Thursday is Jazzy Thursday at the Harvest Wine Bar and Restaurant on the lower level at 1104 Chapel Street, next to the Yale Repertory Theater, downtown New Haven. Great food, great drinks, and great music from 7 to 9:30 p.m. No music cover charge. NMCC. Also on Thursday, up at the Side Door Jazz Club, Connecticut's premier jazz spot, it's trombonist Delfeo Marsalis and the Uptown Jazz Orchestra. As a member of the famed New Orleans Marsalis family, he and his orchestra continue the traditions of jazz from the great city. Performance is from 8:30 to 11 p.m. Admission is $50. The Side Door is located at 85 Lime Street, Old Lime. On Friday, January 10th, the Melissa Newman Trio is at the Palace Theater Poli Club, 100 East Main Street, Waterbury, for two shows, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Admission is $28. For tickets and information, call 203-346-2000. 203-346-2000. Also on Friday evening, pianist Tamir Hendelman and his trio open at the Side Door Jazz Club, 85 Lime Street, Old Lime, from 8:30 to 11 p.m. Admission is $35. And then on Saturday at Connecticut's premier jazz spot, it's our own bassist Jeff Fuller and friends Darren Litzy on piano and Ben Bilello on drums. That's at the Side Door Jazz Club, 85 Lime Street, Old Lime, from 8:30 to 11 p.m. Admission is $35. That's a must-see. Check that one. And on Sunday, January 12th, is the weekly jazz brunch at South Bay, New Haven, 228 College Street, downtown New Haven, across from the legendary Schubert Theater from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's great food, drinks, and great jazz. NMCC. That concludes the jazz calendar for the week. Go to jazzhaven.org for the complete calendar and updates. And check out some live jazz this week. It's America's only original art form. We got new music from Connecticut's young master of the B3 organ, Brian Charette. That's a nice Billy Strayhorn tune, Chelsea Bridge. And that's from our own Brian Charette on the B3 organ, doing some solo work. I believe he's from Meriden, Connecticut. And that's off his new release, Beyond Borderline. And you're tuned to Jazz Haven here at WNHH 103.5 FM with Stan the Man. And we usually at the end of the year pay tribute to some of the musicians who left us during the year. We didn't get the opportunity to do that at the end of 2019. So we're going to do some of that right now. And start off with pianist Harold Mayburn. The tune we're going to hear is called Calypso. It's a Jackie McLean tune, and Harold Mayburn played on the original recording of this tune, composed by Jackie McLean and recorded back in 1964 on a release called Consequence on Blue Note Records. And this one we're going to hear is from a recording that was released last year, where Harold Mayburn is a sideman to alto saxophonist Corey Weeds. It's recorded live at Frankie's Jazz Club, Vancouver, British Columbia. just heard a solo from Harold Mayburn. He was born March 20th, 1936 in Memphis, Tennessee, and he left us on September 19th, 2019 at the age of 83.
Quiet nights of quiet stars, quiet chords from my guitar, floating on the silence that surrounds us. Quiet thoughts and quiet dreams, quiet walks by quiet streams, and a window that looks out on Corcovado. Oh, how lovely.
Cantinho, violão, esse amor, uma canção pra fazer feliz a quem se ama. Muita calma pra pensar e ter tempo pra sonhar. Da janela ver seu corcovado, o Redentor, que lindo. Quero a vida sempre assim, com você perto de mim, até o apagar da velha chama. E eu que era triste, descrente desse mundo, ao encontrar você eu conheci o que é felicidade, meu amor.
That was vocalist and composer João Gilberto, along with Antonio Carlos Jobim on guitar, Stan Getz on saxophone. The tune began with a phrase in English from João Gilberto's wife at the time, Astrid Gilberto, the girl from Ipanema. He was known to the world as the father or the boss of Bossa Nova. In his native Brazil, he was known as Omito, the legend. He was born June 10th, 1931 in Bahia, Brazil, and he left us on July 6th, 2019 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil at the age of 88. João Gilberto.
Quero a vida sempre assim, com você perto de mim, até o apagar da velha chama. E eu que era triste, descrente desse mundo, ao encontrar você eu conheci o que é felicidade, meu amor.
Build your dreams to the stars above, but
when you need someone true to love, don't go to strangers, darling, come on to me. Play with fire till your fingers burn, and when there's no place for you to turn, don't go to strangers, darling, come on to me. For when you hear a call to follow your heart, you follow your heart, I know. I've been through it all, and I'm an old hand, and I'll understand if you go. So make your mark.
In the background, Etta Jones, Don't Go to Strangers. And that's the title track from one of her releases. Pianist on this particular tune is Richard Wyand, and he opened the tune. Richard Francis Wyand was an American jazz composer and pianist. He's played on or recorded with Gene Ammons, Kenny Burrell, Benny Carter, Eddie Lockjaw Davis, Frank Foster, Roy Haynes, Freddie Hubbard, and numerous others. He was born on July 2nd, 1928 in Oakland, California. He left us on September 25th, 2019 at the age of 91. Richard Wyand. In the background is Donald Byrd with his rendition Cristo Redentor. Davis Bartholomew, professionally known as Dave Bartholomew, trumpeter, who also played the tuba, known for R&B, big band, swing, rock and roll, Dixieland, and jazz. He collaborated with vocalist Fats Domino on all of his big hits. Was born December 24th, 1918 in Edgarra, Louisiana. He left us on June 23rd, 2019. He was 100 years old. Malcolm John Rebennack Jr., professionally known as Dr. John the Night Tripper, known for blues, pop, jazz, boogie woogie, and rock and roll. He won 6 Grammys. His biggest hit was the 1973 Right Place, Wrong Time. He was born on November 20th, 1941 in New Orleans, Louisiana. and he left us on June 6, 2019, at the age of 77. Lawrence Ellis Willis, professionally known as Larry Willis, was a jazz pianist and composer. He recorded more than 20 albums as a leader and worked with some of the best as a sideman, including Nat Adderley, Gary Bartz, Carla Bley, Roy Hargrove, Louis Hayes, Jimmy Heath, Joe Henderson, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and many more. He was born on December 20th, 1942 in New York City and left us on September 29th, 2019. He was 76 years old. Trumpeter Jack Sheldon, who led the band on TV's Merv Griffin show, left us on December 27, 2019. He was 88 years old. New Haven educator and tenor saxophonist Robert Bobby Winters, most known for his playing with Top Notch Ensemble, left us on November 3rd, 2019. He was 80 years old. Donald Byrd, Cristo Redentor. You've been listening to Jazz Haven here at WNHH 103.5 FM and broadcasting live from studios in downtown New Haven, streaming at newhavenindependent.org and most of the social media. Stay in Demand has been your host, and we hope you enjoyed the music. We had a great time bringing it, and we look forward to next time when we'll see you on the radio. Multi-instrumentalist Joseph Jarman was one of the founding members of the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians, and he was a staple in the Art Ensemble of Chicago. He left us on January 9th, 2019. He was 81 years old. And we're going to close with a tune from his group, the Art Ensemble of Chicago, called Walking in the Moonlight.
Hi, this is Aaliyah Swaby, and you're listening to WNHH LP 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from New Haven, Connecticut, and streaming live at www.newhavenindependent.org.